broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, Witches of East End fans. Welcome to the Witches of East End AfterBuzz After Show. We're talking about Po Way Out. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. With me today, Sam Davidson.
Hi, guys.
We are so excited. The season is coming to an end. We're getting
beautiful
close.
And
yeah.
Well, we'll
not
see.
Necessarily.
I know. We'll see.
Let's jump into Po Way Out. A lot happens. I want to talk about Killian because his storyline was maybe 2 scenes. So Killian gets a potion.
He's apparently Romeo.
Yeah. It was very Romeo and Juliet.
I mean, and I feel like not to get to predictions, but that is what it's leading to.
Right. That's what it looks like. He gets a potion that will uncross the stars, that will set them on course for him and Freya.
And the granddaughter has an the same actress.
Yeah.
Terrible. What is it? Like Brooklyn? Is that what she's trying to do?
Maybe.
It's like something like very different than what she did before.
Because she's like trying to be like, I'm not that same person.
Yeah. It's confusing.
But they are in New York.
Yes, true. Yeah. So, she's been there for like centuries. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, so Killian gets this potion that's going to fix what I write. It's going to realign the stars. That's the word I wanted to use. For him and Freya, but not in this life because it's too late at this point. So he has to kill himself, basically.
And wait another, 50 years.
Well, I mean, they both 40. Have to die, and then he has to be reborn, and then they have to find each other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could be 15 years.
All right.
I mean, that's the other thing. They're killing him with this potion. Is it going to kill her? Because she might live another 50 years.
Well, he doesn't know she's alive still.
Right. That's true.
That's the problem.
True. Yeah. And at the end of the episode, he drinks it. Yeah.
It's so Romeo. I mean, it's exactly, and I give kudos to the writers.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they were aiming for.
Yeah. Yeah, because he thinks she's dead. She's not. He kills himself. Wait, I've seen this one. Everybody dies.
But he's not Leonardo DiCaprio. I may love Killian, but Leo is,
I'm going to be real honest. As a child, I was all about Leo.
Yeah.
As an adult, I would take Killian over Leo. Sorry, not Killian. I would take Daniel. Over Leo any day. Yeah, Daniel, not Killian. Killian's dumb.
See, I told you.
Yeah, sorry, fans. Killian, the character, is not the brightest crayon. All right, that's Killian's storyline for this week. Done. Check. So Ingrid has a few situations happening. She is dealing with Gramps, who King Gramps, we answered our question from last week of do we see him as Stephen Burkoff because we know that that's who's in the body.
Right.
So yes, the world sees Tommy.
Yeah. I was so happy when the mirror thing happened. It was thank you so much for clarifying that.
They should have done it last week.
I know. I'm not really sure why they didn't.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah. Frustration. So King Gramps in Tommy's body has to find a beating heart to do a spell to discover where Joanna and Wendy and Freya went to, where in time. I love time travel. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge Whovian.
Time travel.
Yeah, so having a time travel aspect really excites me.
Me too. It was, for me, I know Yael was indifferent about this episode. However, the time travel aspect of it, I was just like, oh my God, time travel. So excited. Yeah. And the fact that there was an expiration date on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I just want to clarify. I was not a fan of this episode in an overall sense because I feel like it was a waste it didn't have as much meat as the episodes before it had. And I think that the next 2-hour season finale is going to be amazing. I think it was kind of a big lull in the momentum of the season. That's what I mean.
Okay, I know. You're
Yes.
right. You're right. A lot of backstory.
I am right.
You're always right.
So King Gramps, as Tommy goes to the bent elbow, because that's where you find a beating heart, and he flirts with some girl, and he's such a gentleman.
Well, at first I was like, is King Gramps a pimp? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then I saw Tommy in the mirror, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. But the first half of it, I was just like, King Gramps got it going on.
Well, when we see him at the bar, I'm like, he's never going to get someone because he's so old school, right? Like, he's like, may I sit here? Like, is this seat taken? He's just so, like, old school in a way that I feel like in a modern bar, a woman would be like, what's wrong with you? You know, because nobody talks like that anymore.
Yeah.
It just felt like I thought it was going to not succeed, but he does. He meets some woman, and he takes her, he's going to walk her home because he's a gentleman.
Yeah.
And instead he rips out her heart. You know, because that makes sense.
Because, I mean, like, that's what happens when women walk home with strangers. Guys.
They get their heart ripped out?
They get their hearts ripped out.
In not necessarily a literal sense, but also in a metaphorical sense.
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ingrid, who stayed behind with King Gramps while he's going out and finding this beating heart and making a potion, discovers where they are, where Joanna, Wendy, and Freya are, and frees Tarkov and brings him into the fold and trusts him to go find them.
Ugh.
Instead of Frederick.
Gross. I was so ready to be done with him.
You know, I really love that actor, as people know. So I was glad he was back. But I'm worried because Ingrid tells King Gramps, hey, I don't feel right here. Everything feels odd. I shouldn't be here in this land. I want to go back with you. I want to be part of the family in Asgard. And then we discover, thankfully, I was like, what is wrong with this girl? Like, straight up, she's acting crazy. Then she goes to see Dash and tells him that it was all her plan.
I know. I was so proud of her. So proud of Ingrid.
Yeah.
I was
a
like,
great plan.
Wow, that totally caught me by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like her more now.
Well, so my fear is because Tarkov is now back in play and he's the most powerful mind reader there is, she is effed. Her plan is totally, you know, going to hell. Those are me using censored words to explain what I mean.
Good job
Thanks.
on that one.
There were a lot of words going through my head. No, her plan is effed.
Yeah. But so now he's back.
He's back, and that makes me nervous.
Well, and also the fact that he tried to kill, you know, Grandpa's little grandchildren.
Yeah.
And he just lets him back so easy.
Well, I mean, I like that he basically tells Frederick, like, you failed. I sent you here. I don't trust you anymore. I'm like, good, because Frederick is untrustworthy on both sides.
He's so confused.
He is confused, which makes him annoying. He annoys me. I'm going to say it. He annoys me.
I still have some love for him.
Yeah. I would have more love for him if he was shirtless. I'm going to be honest.
Take off your shirt, Frederick.
Yeah, Frederick. Come on. So Ingrid goes to Dash to tell him that her plan with King Gramps, but also reveals that she's alive and that Freya's alive.
Yeah.
He seems excited and happy.
I appreciated the happiness.
I feel like he forgot about what he did the night before.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Like, Frederick, you've been doing some crazy stuff, Dash is what I meant. Dash, you've been doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Which I want to talk about in a minute. First, I want to thank our listeners and viewers and streamers and downloaders for joining us.
Thank you guys so much. We love it.
We love this show so much, and the season is almost over. We've been here all season. Hopefully there's a season 3, fingers crossed.
There has to be. This is amazing.
This show is getting so good. And we want to thank you for listening and for rating and reviewing on iTunes. And if
Yes.
you haven't done so, the season's almost over. What are you waiting for? Go on to iTunes, rate and review. If you like our show, give us 5 stars. If you don't like our show, that's okay. Give us 4 stars and leave a comment letting us know what we could be doing better. Let us know what we're doing well. Let us know who you want to see shirtless. Killian, Dash, Frederick, the ladies.
Everybody.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Everyone should be shirtless. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Oh,
Next season,
dear.
shirtless episode.
Oh,
Everyone.
this is going to be on Cinemax now.
But, I mean, I'm sorry. Wendy has said the SH word like 15 times in this episode.
Well, the SH word, a lot happens on Lifetime, especially this show.
It's new.
The SH, okay.
I honestly, up until maybe 2 seasons ago, Lifetime and USA and TBS never said the SH word. And now they say it all the time. And Wendy specifically, Machen, you got a filthy mouth.
Well, she's a cat. She can't help it.
She said it in the first 15 minutes of the episode. She said it like 5 times. It was really amazing. So thank you for reviewing on iTunes. Leave a comment is what I meant, is how we got there.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. Sorry, we got distracted by shirtlessness. All right, let's talk about Dash and Special Agent Raven Moreau.
Do you think he knows that she knows?
No. I don't think he knows that she knows, and I don't think she fully knows yet.
I think I'm replaying an episode of Friends in my head where I'm like, he knows that she knows
Yeah,
that
of
she
course.
knows that he knows.
Well, they don't know that we know that they know we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
but
got you.
he doesn't, yeah. I think that she knows. And, okay, I've been giving Dash a hard time this season.
Yeah, you have.
I really have. But I like to think that Dash kind of knows that she knows and is playing it for everything he's got.
I think she suspects him, and I think he suspects that she suspects him.
So they keep on doing it.
I want to talk about them doing it in a second. I really do. I have a lot to say. Well, just so people are all where we are, she's investigating the murders of the people with the marks and the floater. Dash finds out that the floater, did someone drown? And it's not related, and it's in the morgue. And he has maybe an hour to go and pull the teeth. So he does. And it was disgusting.
Oh, that was gross.
It was absolutely disgusting. Thank you, Lifetime. It was so
I'm
gross.
really proud of Lifetime, actually,
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
Yeah,
guys.
they're doing great. So then that night, Agent Moreau comes over in her trench coat, and I was like, sex. This is not a professional call. That coat is sex. And she's like, I got some questions. And he gets defensive, which I think, Dash, that's a giveaway. Like, you're guilty. And he's like, why would you come over to my house for questions? That seems unprofessional. And she goes, who says it's about being professional? And then she starts opening her coat, and she's wearing lingerie.
Of course she's wearing lingerie.
And she looks amazing.
She does look great. However,
I hope people listening could hear my excitement, because the people watching could see my face. She looked so good.
but does he get blinded by the good-lookingness of it all?
I like her boobs.
Well, yeah, her
Yeah.
boobs, her body.
Yeah, he's totally blinded.
He's just that dumb.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying?
Those boys are not he's murdered multiple people this season.
I know. Well, okay, this brings into question, though, which I am sure we will touch on, about Dash and Killian's actual history in magicry, like witchery,
In,
you know?
like Asgard and stuff.
Yeah.
I want answers, and I don't think we'll get them until next season.
I don't either. I mean, I don't think they're always brothers. We
Right.
discussed that before. But were they, because, can we talk about Edgar Allan Poe?
Well,
we there
we were gonna get to that, but let's talk about Edgar Allan Poe. Wait, I want to talk about the sex first.
Okay, sex, sorry.
Okay, sorry. So they sleep together. Oh, so good. Dash and Agent Moreau. She wakes up and snoops. He catches her snooping, and then the greatest,
Are you going to spank me?
the dirtiest, kinkiest dialogue I think Lifetime has ever had. Nope. Didn't they used to have the client list?
Yeah, oh, yeah, totally. They
All right.
did.
So maybe not the dirtiest and kinkiest they've ever had, but definitely that this show has had. She says, yeah, I was snooping. And he's like, you just admit it? She's like, yeah. I need to be punished. He goes, it's gonna hurt. She goes, I hope so. Oh my God. I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming.
It was no
intense. Pun intended, but I didn't see it coming. What she did find when she was snooping, sorry to interrupt the fun times, was in the fireplace some material, which I'm assuming was like the sulfur that was found on the body.
Yeah.
And then she
demon sulfur.
Yeah, supernatural. And she sends it to Attack to run it and find out what it was. I'm gonna be real honest. I don't care if Dash stays on the show. I want her to stay on the show.
Really?
I love this character. We talked about how aggressive she was in the bar and how much I related to it. And just watching her, I love her.
She just seems like way smarter than all of them.
Yeah, I want her to stay on the show. Regardless of what happens, I would be really upset if she dies and doesn't come back to life.
You know.
That would really bum me out. All right, let's talk about Edgar Allan Poe and stuff.
Oh.
Okay. Joanna and Wendy and Freya are back in time. They go to the Cat and Shadow, which is an opium den / brothel that they ran.
Yeah. Wow.
Right?
First of all, Joanna was like
high as F.
Total crazy person.
Yeah.
And did we ever get an answer on what happened between her and Victor, really?
No, we just found out that this was right after he left her. And so she started doing crazy drugs.
Maybe we won't feel so bad about Victor's absence.
Maybe we'll get to see him in flashback.
Yay!
That would make me happy. I miss Victor. He was recently on an episode of something, and it made me sad that he's not on this.
But, of course, Freya is, the dealer or the drink maker, the bartender. Yeah, and Ingrid and Freya have a side business where they're, like, reading tarot cards and doing what they do. So Freya meets and falls in love with Edgar Allan Poe, a.k.a. Killian in a past life. Confusing. Okay, wait. Yes. I'm sorry. I need to address something that I'm confused about. Yes. Witches? You're confused about witches? Sorry. Witches. Yeah, that's right. If it was, Joanna and Wendy, like, did they not see Killian as the same person as Edgar Allan Poe? I guess not. I guess they don't remember. I mean, I guess someone with, like, facial hair can be, like, very deceiving. Silly mustache. I think Wendy, remember her first line? Oh, S.H., I remember this place. Yeah. I think it's that they've had so many lives they don't remember. But it does answer our question that we've had in the past. It's how come they've never recognized him? So because they just don't remember because they've met so many people. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's an interesting question. Thank you. I think that it needs some more answering. Yeah, I agree. Nicely done. Thank you. So they're in the past to find a weapon to kill King Gramps. And this weapon happens to be one that Joanna used to kill Freya. Her daughter. Yeah. So let's talk about how we got there. Freya and Edgar Allan Poe are doing it. And Edgar is having writer's block. Yes, and she comes to his rescue. Yeah, by seancing a ghost. Demon. A demon. It was the spirit of a serial killer. And so she continues his work and starts serial killing. Way to go for her to do that. I mean, good job, Freya. Good job, Freya. So Ingrid goes to Joanna, wakes her back to reality and goes, look, Freya's killing people, we got to solve this. And they're given a box that sucks the soul, rips it out of the vessel. Yeah. And it seems that by doing so, they will kill both the vessel and the host. Nope, the vessel and the spirit. And unfortunately, that means that Ingrid will die too. And she knows, and she's ready. Yeah. She understands that this has to happen and that they'll be reborn. And I like
that we see Joanna upset, but not as upset as we see her now, knowing that her daughters could die.
We see her as a different person.
Yeah.
Like, strung out. It's sad. Yeah. I mean, to live so many centuries, you have to, at some point, I mean, be strung out or depressed or I feel what have you.
If you can't die, you're going to experiment with drugs at some point.
Yeah.
Right?
But I always thought that she was just like a mama bear.
Mm-hmm.
And
the fact that they ran an opium den and brothel, the fact that Joanna was part of that really surprised me. Yeah. Wendy, not at all.
No, of course not.
Wendy would, I think it was Wendy's idea, you know?
But she's the one that is like the stronger one, like, hey, get out of it. Let's do this. Let's run this. Mm-hmm. It's really interesting that Joanna was the one back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure at some point it was switched. It was reversed. Mm-hmm. And I like that Joanna knows that they will keep dying and being reborn and is okay with it, whereas now she's tired of it, you know? Like, in the present, we see her tired of losing them, whereas then it was still like, okay, they're like, I'm sad and I'm going to miss them, but it's okay because it'll keep happening. It was just an interesting thing to see. So they go and they take the box and they get Freya there and they kill her, really. They kill her.
They kill her.
And we see future Joanna come in to the woods and come to collect the box. Mm-hmm. And I love, we're seeing this happen while Joanna is telling Freya and Wendy, who's there, the story of what's happening. And she says, I've already seen this. I've had this memory for 150 years. I've carried it, waiting to find out why it is that I come. So interesting.
Yeah.
Love time travel.
Time travel is the best.
Yeah. So fun.
Well, do you think that Joanna was a good mom? I mean, I feel like Joanna kind of was a crappy mom.
In that life? Or
Who
in general?
knows how many lives she was a crappy mom, though. Mm. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, we're seeing, like, bits and pieces of their past lives.
Yeah.
But we don't really know, like, how much, you know, we're just getting bits and pieces.
Well, I mean, I don't know if being, you are the type of mom you will be throughout, I think. I don't think that she was a good mom and then she was a bad mom and then she was, because she doesn't change every time.
I think she gets tired of, like, you know, having her children die over and over again.
Well, we know that that's true.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she was a bad mom. I think she just ended up, you know, Victor left her and she turned to opium.
But did we really ever realize why Victor left her?
No. I want to know, but no. Maybe he should come back and tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We miss him on the show. Is there anything that you want to talk about?
I think I would like to talk about Freya and Killian.
Yes.
I really am scared.
You sound so sad.
I know. I'm scared one of them is going to be a ghost the next season. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't want that to happen. I want them to be together.
Yeah. Me too. And I think this Edgar Allan Poe thing gives us another glimpse into their past lives. And I wonder if they were any other historical figures.
Well, my big question is, like, you know, the Tommy and King Gramps debacle we had last week.
Yeah.
Like, is he seen as this or is he seen as this? That's the same thing I'm having with Edgar Allan Poe and Killian.
Oh, that to her, he's seen as Killian because he's in her past life, they're soulmates, but the rest of the world sees them
as Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, mind blown.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, excellent question. Because she sees him in past lives and they didn't recognize him. You're right. Oh, fans. What do you think? I hope your mind is...
I know. There was an amazing fan last week that actually was able to differentiate, like, King Gramps and... what was his name? Tommy
I was
Tommy.
like, Tommy? Is that the name?
Sorry,
of the
Tommy's been dead for a while, and we forgot his name because King Gramps took over his body.
Right.
However, but we didn't know what
Right.
the other characters saw.
Yeah.
What the world saw.
Right.
So when we're seeing Killian as Edgar Allan Poe,
Is the world seeing Edgar Allan Poe?
right?
Because they're soulmates, so it's the soul within the body. So she sees the soul as Killian.
But the curse that Joanna has is that her children keep on
Yeah.
dying and living over. So they Freya and Ingrid look the same.
Right.
But do the other guys look the same?
Interesting. Because we've never seen pictures of them. We haven't seen old-timey pictures of them. We've
So
only
we
seen them
could
with the
possibly
girls.
just be seeing the world through their eyes.
Oh my gosh, my head hurts. That's so brilliant. That is so brilliant.
Thank you.
I love it. I love when you bring brilliance to the table. On that note, I think because we've got a lot to talk about, we should talk about predictions. What?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Next week is the 2-hour season finale. Crazy. I hope my DVR captures the whole 2 hours. I gotta go home and check. We see that King Gramps wants Ingrid's power. Tarkov is in the past looking for the box. And Killian is dead? Big question marks. That's what we see in the trailer. What do you think?
I think some Romeo and Juliet
Yeah.
shenanigans will be going on.
Do you think that means that Freya will then also kill herself?
Yeah, and then she'll probably wake up in the beginning of next season, if and when it gets picked up,
Yeah.
right?
When?
When?
We refuse to accept an if.
Yeah, no, when. Totally Romeo and Juliet thing going on, which is the most frustrating
Yeah.
thing, especially, I mean, Killian got called by his brother.
Yeah.
And to tell him that Freya was alive. But he didn't answer.
Well, I mean, a letter was sent to Romeo. It just never arrived.
Exactly. Exactly. My point exactly. I think that unfortunately will happen. And Dash and Ingrid. I don't know. I want some goodness to happen between them, but I'm really not quite sure about Wendy and Joanna. I think one of them might have a fatal ending in the finale.
Ooh. Awesome.
That's my prediction.
Those are great. I think for sure the Romeo and Juliet-ness, I think Freya is for sure going to take her life. I think, okay, here's what I think. Hear me out. All right, so Freya's, I got so excited. Freya's going to take her life, which will eventually then kill Ingrid. So, while King Gramps is working on trying to take his power from Ingrid, Ingrid and Dash have some sort of plan that they've hatched. And then it's going to succeed. Dash is going to be like holding Ingrid with excitement and she's going to die in his arms because Freya has killed herself. I think their death this season was premature and they will both die at the end of this season. That's what I think. I also think Tarkov might kill Wendy. It hurts me to say it, but I think that, or Frederick will sacrifice himself and Wendy will live. I think Tommy is dead. I think we've lost him.
Yeah, no, we definitely lost Tommy.
Yeah.
I'm going to touche on that one.
But I think the sisters and Killian are for sure gone at the end of the season.
Well,
Dead, not like gone from the show. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, they'll come
they're
back.
Gonna die. Yeah. They're going to have to get out of the spirit world next season. I'm so excited for this season finale.
We need your guys' help.
Yeah.
Help us.
Yeah.
Give us some suggestions, theories.
Yeah. It's a world of possibilities what can happen next season. Or the finale.
I love this show so much.
Yeah.
I really do.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Sam, why don't you tell the people where they can find you online?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at SamD43 and on Facebook at Sam Davidson Comedy.
Awesome. And of course, you can find me online at yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. There you'll find information about the beautiful stylings from Siren's Boudoir. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Plus at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And don't forget to tune in next week for the 2-hour season finale. Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.